Hello all you internet people. Welcome to our first ever collection video. My name is Chris and I'm very excited to be here. So in my first episode that I did here on Potter Tongue, when I talked about all things Quidditch, there was a portion that we do towards the end of each episode called the Wheezy Wheel, where I spin the Wheezy Wheel and basically do whatever it says. And during that episode, it told me to do a collection video, so that's why I'm here today. And collection that I want to show off to you is Harry Potter themed mugs and cups. So cheers. Oh, it's good. So the first mug I'm using right now is my Hogshead Mug that I got to my trip to the Wizarding World back in January 2019. And even though if you go to the Wizarding World now, with the whole virus and health precautions that they have there, you could still bring your souvenir mug, but they won't refill it directly. You'll just pour your drink in to your mug and just enjoy your drink that way. But it's still worth bringing your souvenir mug back to the Wizarding World because they'll still give you a $1 discount on your drink with the souvenir refill, so that's well worth taking advantage of. Oh, it's good. Now this next favorite mug of mine that I will show off to you is a Christmas present I got 2 years ago from my brother, and looks like a normal dull black mug, but if you add a hot liquid like so, you will soon see the mug reveal its true nature. So give it a second. Pour the hot liquid inside and you will slowly see the Marauder's map be revealed. Very cool for hot chocolate, which is a favorite drink of mine I like to use this mug for, or the occasional tea. So. One of my favorites. Next is a mug you've seen featured in my other video I did, episode 1 about Quidditch. Golden Snitch Mug, opens up the little top like so. And I got this at the Hallmark store, believe it or not. They have a Harry Potter section, and this is one of the cool items that I saw there. And being the Quidditch obsessed fan that I am, I just had to have it. And yeah, I think it's a pretty cool mug. Another Snitch related mug that I was debating on featuring in my other video was this Seeker mug. Seeker is my favorite position. I would totally be a Seeker on my house Quidditch team. So, got the silver wings. Very iconic, very recognizable. And it's a good size for your favorite choice of beverage, so another Quidditch-related mug. Now, a mug that I was debating on using in my Butterbeer, frozen Butterbeer video was this Butterbeer mug that I picked up at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter at Wiseacre's Wizarding Equipment Shop. It's the gift shop from when you exit the Escape from Gringotts ride. And yeah, I picked this up when I got my Butterbeer shirt that I wore in the Frozen Butterbeer video that I did. And I hope a lot of you watched that video. And yeah, I like it. It's a lot heavier than the other mugs that I have, but still gets the job done. Now I'm really excited about, oh, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the pop quiz that I teased in my last video. Towards the end of my second episode about magical creatures, I spun the Wheezy Wheel and got pop quiz as the action that I had to do. And these questions are not made up by myself or you guys, the viewers, but by our very own camera lady, aka my fiance, Miss Olga Sanchez. So thank you. So let's read the first question. In Book 6, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Chapter 10, they name Voldemort's family. What's Voldemort's grandfather's name? Okay, so they they, being Harry and Dumbledore, go into the memory of Bob Ogden, and his grandfather's name is Marvolo Gaunt, and then his son's name, aka Voldemort's uncle's name, is Morphin, but Voldemort's grandfather's name is Marvolo Gaunt. And,
Correct.
See this? See this? Alright, so that's the first one. Second one. In book number 3, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, chapter 13, Gryffindor versus Ravenclaw. Ron said he saw Sirius Black with a knife. Was his nightmare real or not? Explain. Okay, because he basically woke up Harry and the entire Gryffindor tower. That Sirius Black was in his dormitory, standing over him with a knife, about to kill him basically. And people are like, "Oh, Ron, you were dreaming. You know, what do you know? Sirius Black in Gryffindor Tower." But you know, as we know, it is real. Sirius Black was going after Peter Pettigrew, Ron's pet rat that he sleeps with. Although no one believed him, possibly except Harry, but very much real. Definitely did happen.
Correct.
Thank you. All right, question number 3. In book 1, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, chapter 13, complete the following. Listen to this. Dumbledore is particularly famous for the defeat of the Dark Lord of the Dark Blank in blank, for the discovery of the blank use of blank blank, and his work on blank with his partner blank. Okay, so it's a bunch of empty spaces that I gotta complete the description on the back of Dumbledore's Chocolate Frog card description, so I could do this. Dumbledore is particularly famous for his defeat of the Dark Wizard Gellert Grindelwald in 1945 for the discovery of the 12 uses of dragon blood and his work on alchemy with his partner, Nicholas Flamel.
Correct.
And you actually missed a part. It also includes his fondness for 10-pin bowling and his love of chamber music. And then the fourth and final question. In book 2, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, chapter 17, who was the heir of Slytherin and who was blamed in the part of the heir of Slytherin behind all the attacks? Who was being blamed for that? Well, as we know, the heir of Slytherin is Tom Riddle, aka Lord Voldemort, and Hagrid was blamed for the attacks that started happening again 50 years after the chambers opened. He was carted off to Azkaban, and obviously we learned that Ginny was the one who opened the Chamber of Secrets under Tom Riddle's diary, aka Voldemort's influence. But heir of Slytherin is Tom Riddle, and Hagrid was blamed for it, getting sent to Azkaban as a result of that.
Correct.
Thank you. So that fulfills the pop quiz requirement via the Wheezy wheel from last episode. So there you go, baby. You can take those. And let's continue our collection. All right, next I have several mugs, pretty much identical. These are the Souvenir Butterbeer mugs that you could get at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. And like I said, you could take them back and get them refilled. And yeah, they're very useful, and I just love using them for when I make my own frozen butterbeer. That's what I used in the butterbeer video. And yeah, I think everyone who goes to the Wizarding World should pick up at least one of these on your trip there. And yeah, you can get a lot of use out of them at home, so I really like those. Keeping in line with the butterbeer themed cups and mugs is this hot butterbeer cup that I got when I tried hot butterbeer for the first time this past January when I had breakfast at the Three Broomsticks, and it's got the little covering on the outside for the hot liquid on the inside to help you easily grip it. And it's just a plain white cup, but it's got the Butterbeer logo and then Wizarding World of Harry Potter. So I kept that once I finished the drink, and yeah, little nice memory. Again, something, little keepsake I kept left over from one of my Wizarding World trips were these disposable plastic cups that I got at the Three Broomsticks. If you order something like pumpkin juice or just regular water, lemonade, or pumpkin fizz, and you don't have the option to get a souvenir mug, they give you these plastic cups. Some might be a little larger for the pumpkin juices, but I believe these were just for plain water, gilly water. And yeah, I liked the iconic Wizarding World of Harry Potter name there, so I held on to those. Next is a mug I picked up most recently from Borgin & Burke's in Diagon, next to Diagon Alley in Nocturne Alley, and it's a pretty large, deep, dark mark mug, all black, very fancy, and yeah, I haven't seen this mug available anywhere else besides in Borgin & Burke's, but I mean, come on, where else would you want to get a mug like this? Borgin & Burke's. Love it. Next is something that you may have never seen before. I picked this up when I went to Target one time. They got a little Harry Potter section in the Target that I live nearby, and it's 4 Hogwarts house mascot logos there. The lion for Gryffindor, the serpent for Slytherin, the eagle for Ravenclaw, and the badger for Hufflepuff. But what I particularly like about this water bottle is that the houses aren't in their own colors. It's just the simple, plain black and white with the silver for the animal logos. And you don't see that too often. You really see red for Gryffindor, green for Slytherin, blue or bronze for Ravenclaw, and then black and yellow for Hufflepuff. So really like that. You don't see that too often, and yeah. Another unconventional type receptacle that I picked up were these Souvenir ice cream containers from Florine Fortescue's ice cream parlor in Diagon Alley. You could either get the waffle cone for your ice cream or get these Souvenir little bowl glasses, and they're really cool. I had to pick them up when I went there, and I would say that out of all the flavors that Olga and I have tried there, which are a lot, I'd say Butterbeer and the chocolate and raspberry ice cream are some of our favorite flavors that we've tried there. So we highly recommend you try those flavors, Butterbeer and then the chocolate and raspberry ice cream. Now, this is probably one of my oldest, most cherished mugs that I have. It's a Zonko's Joke Shop mug that I picked up during my first trip to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Hogsmeade. This is when it was just in Islands of Adventure. They just had Hogsmeade open. Diagon Alley in Universal Studios wasn't open yet, and they actually had Honeydukes and Zonko's Joke Shop open next to Honeydukes, and they sold a lot of practical joke, novelty, toy items, a lot of what you see in Weasley's Wizard Wheezes. And of course, there are some Weasley specific items that you can get there that weren't available at Zonko's Joke Shop. But once they started production and opened up Diagon Alley, they closed down the Zonko's Joke Shop, and then it was just Honeydukes, what you see there today. But there used to be Zonko's to the left of Honeydukes, and that's where I got this mug. I'm lucky that I did, because I haven't seen this available anywhere within Universal or pretty much anywhere else. So yeah, I love it, and I think it's cool, and it brings back a lot of fun memories from my first trip to Wizarding World of Harry Potter. So I use this quite a lot. Now this next cup, I would be terribly, terribly ashamed if I didn't give this cup its due, to recognize the Hufflepuff Cup. That is such a legendary, iconic, sought-after item. Hufflepuff's Cup. Like, first time I saw this, I was just like speechless. It's just like so well made, and it's got great texture. It's got the Badger logo right there, and actually a little hole at the base of the cup there. So I don't think the manufacturers wanted people to actually use this to drink, but it's too nice to actually use to drink something. But it is very, very pretty to look at, and obviously one of the Horcruxes you could get. And yeah, it's the real deal. This next cup is a whiskey glass that I picked up at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter at Filch's Emporium. They got the tall, regular glass cups with this Deathly Hallows logo on there. Can you make that out there? Also at the base. And then they had these whiskey glasses with the Deathly Hallows symbol. So I thought that was really cool, and yeah, only available at Filch's Emporium as far as I've seen. So another glass cup. Next is another Christmas gift that I got. This was from my sister. You know, if you don't know what to get me as a present, Harry Potter is, you know, you can't go wrong there. And my siblings know what I like, and she got me these 4 cups with the house crests on them, which is so cool. I really love them. One of my favorite gifts that my sister has gotten me over the years. And they are not dishwasher safe, so don't put them in the dishwasher. Otherwise, you will crack them and get them into a more brittle state. So learn the hard way on that. But whether you're a Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, you know, you got a cup for each house. And yeah, I think it really completes my collection of cups and mugs with having something that represents the 4 houses of Hogwarts. Yeah, really like. And last but certainly not least, is something I waited a little while to get, but I just had to show you guys, is this as seen in the Harry Potter movies, this boar head, this pitcher with a boar head on top. And yes, it is functionable where you can pour out of its mouth, and it's so cool. I held a Harry Potter party last year and used this, and got a lot of compliments with this. But that is certainly one of the more expensive items in my Harry Potter mug or liquid receptacle collection. So it's funny, every time I watch the movies with Olga, I always point out to her, oh, look, the pitcher. I got the one just like it. So yeah, I think that's a super cool piece, and available at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. And as far as I know, it's available in the Universal Store and Filch's Emporium, behind the glass cabinet of different merchandise items like the Horcruxes. but that's certainly a more pricey item for sure. And yeah, that's my Harry Potter cup and mug collection for you guys. I'm sure I'll be doing more collection videos for you in the future, but I thought this would be a cool one to start off for Potter Tongue. And yeah, I guess leave a comment on any cup or mug that you see here that you have yourself or that's your favorite. And yeah, if you have any ideas of what collection I should show off to you, please let me know. And yeah, I think that just about does it. Look forward to my video next month. Got a lot of cool stuff coming for you, and till then, cheers.